Welcome. I'm really glad you're here with us for this. This is the deep dive, and we just want to create a space that feels, calm, safe, and honest. We're going to talk about a feeling that I think a lot of us have, but maybe don't always name. It's this deep mental tiredness. It's not like you've just run a marathon. It's that feeling where your body is resting, but your brain just will not shut off. There's this constant buzzing, and you just feel done, depleted, for no good reason you can point to. So, our mission today is to gently unpack some of the subtle habits that just drain our energy. We're going to look at complaining, and this is important, this is not about toxic positivity. It's not about just thinking happy thoughts. It's about awareness and what complaining actually costs us when it becomes our default setting.
Yeah, and that distinction is, I think, the most important place to start, because complaining is not bad. I mean, not inherently. It's actually a biological necessity. It's, it's a signal.
The signal for what?
It's a signal that a boundary's been crossed, or that you're in pain, or that a situation is genuinely toxic. Suppressing that signal is actually really dangerous. You need it. But, and here's the hinge point where the exhaustion really starts to build up. The problem starts when it stops being a signal and it becomes a habit.
An unconscious habit.
Exactly. It's just this automatic loop running in the background.
Yeah.
And that's what drains the battery.
So it moves from being a tool to just noise.
Constant noise. Just think about it in your own life. I mean, how often does complaining just show up? It's kind of the texture of our conversations, isn't it?
Yeah, at work, at home.
Even in your own head.
Yeah.
That internal monologue, I'm so tired, this is too much, I hate Mondays. It's like a verbal reflex, a filler for tension. And we do it to connect. There's this sort of unspoken rule that to be relatable, you have to be part of the I'm so stressed club.
Right. If you're not complaining, you're almost an outsider.
You're an alien. And this is where modern life, especially online, has made it so much more intense. Complaining has become a type of social currency. Think about it. If you post online about some small success, you'll get a few likes, which is nice. But if you post about being burned out, overwhelmed,
Yeah, it most explodes.
it explodes. You get this flood of validation. Me too, heart emojis, you're a warrior.
Yeah.
And that feeling of being seen, I mean, that's a real biological reward. It's a dopamine hit.
So we're literally getting rewarded for expressing our exhaustion.
Precisely. And that creates this draining loop. I complain, I get validation, I feel relief, so my brain says, hey, let's do that again. That's what you could call performative exhaustion. We don't just feel tired, we present as tired because that gets recognized and rewarded.
But the performance itself must be exhausting.
The cost is astronomical. The relief you get is temporary, but the drain from maintaining that performance is constant.
So if that reward is so strong, how do you even begin to step out of that loop when you actually do need support? It feels like we're kind of trapped.
It's a real tension, it is. But let's look at the internal cost for a second, because that's the real monster here. Most of our fatigue these days isn't physical, it's cognitive overload. Our minds are just running at max capacity all the time. And then on top of all that, we add the mental load of verbalizing every tiny frustration. The slow coffee line, the annoying email. Each one is small, but they stack up. And what they create is something called extraneous load.
Extraneous load.
Yeah. Think of it like this. Necessary load is the mental work that actually solves something. Planning a project, learning a skill, that's energy well spent. Extraneous load is mental effort that just burns energy without moving you forward at all. Let's use the phone analogy. Your brain has a limited battery. Necessary work is the app you opened on purpose. But automatic complaining, that's like dozens of background apps running constantly. They're burning power, slowing everything down, making the phone feel hot and busy even when the screen is off.
Which explains why we can feel so busy even when we're just sitting on the couch.
Exactly. And that background noise, it actually starts to change the structure of your brain. Your brain loves efficiency. It strengthens whatever path you use most often. So every time you think everything is overwhelming, you're paving that neural highway a little smoother.
Making it the default path.
It becomes the default. It's like walking through a field. The first time is hard, but after a month, there's a worn path. Your feet just follow it without thinking. And the result of that, your brain, it's really, really good at scanning for problems.
So that's looking for them.
It actively searches for what's wrong. It's why you can walk into a beautiful room and your eye goes straight to the one thing that's out of place.
Yeah.
Or you get 10 positive comments and you fixate on the one critical one. So even your calm moments start to feel tense because your mind is just waiting for the next problem to prove its theory right.
That's a really unsettling thought, that we're training ourselves to be on high alert for discomfort.
It is unsettling. And this is where we have to have a little moment of gentle confrontation with ourselves, because so often we are the architects of this. It reminds me of an old story that when I first heard it, it stung because I saw myself in it so clearly.
Tell me.
So from the industrial age, a group of factory workers have a short lunch break. It's the only break in a brutal day. And every day they eat the same thing: dry bread, some cheese, potatoes. And one of the workers every single day complains, "Ugh, potatoes again. This bread is so dry." Every single day. His friends are sympathetic at first, but after months of this, one of them finally says, "Friend, if you hate your lunch so much, why don't you just ask your wife to make you something else?" And the worker just looks at him and says, "I don't have a wife. I pack my own lunch."
Wow.
Yeah. He was the creator of this situation and its loudest critic.
And the modern version of that lunch, I mean, we're all packing them, aren't we? The schedules we complain about, we keep saying yes to.
That's it, exactly. It's much sneakier now. We complain about our packed schedules, but we don't protect our time. We complain about the clutter in our house, but then we spend hours scrolling instead of taking 15 minutes to reset the space.
Yeah.
We complain about being exhausted, but we keep repeating the very same routines that drain us. And let's be really clear here. This is not about blame. It's not about making yourself feel bad.
It's about awareness.
It's about awareness and agency. That little sting you feel when you hear that story, that's not punishment. That's a signal. It's the quiet truth that, hey, you have the power to stop packing that particular lunch.
Okay, so that shift from feeling like a victim to realizing you have agency, that feels huge. So how do we actually do that? How do we practice conscious complaining?
You start with one question. Before you complain, out loud or even in your head, you just pause and ask yourself, do I want relief or do I want change?
Relief or change? Okay.
That question is everything because it clarifies your intention. Relief complaints are totally valid. Sometimes you just need to vent, to let off steam. The practice is, if the answer is relief, you let yourself have it. Vent to a friend. But then, and this is the key, you consciously let it end. You don't let it loop.
You treat it as a release, not a rehearsal.
Perfect. A release, not a rehearsal. Now, if the answers change, you ask a follow-up question. Am I willing to take one small step right now? Not solve the whole thing, just one tiny action. If the answer is yes, then the complaint becomes movement, and you get energy back instantly. And if the answer is no, if you want change but you just can't act on it right now,
Then what?
then the practice is conscious acceptance for now. You say to yourself, okay, I accept this for today, and you consciously put the complaint down. You stop fighting it in your head, which stops the energy drain. Then you can do one final check, just with curiosity. Ask yourself, if I've chosen not to act right now, why am I still repeating this complaint? And often, just seeing the habit for what it is, a habit, is enough to quiet it down.
So it's about making a conscious choice. Relief, movement, or acceptance.
It's about choice. Passive complaining makes you feel powerless. Any of those three choices, even acceptance, gives your power back. It gives your energy back.
Yeah.
You're no longer just a passenger. And I'm telling you, this changes your relationships too. Your conversations get lighter. People don't feel drained by you because you're not stuck in those unresolved loops.
That makes so much sense.
The whole thing is really just about being honest with yourself about what you want in that moment. Relief or change. That's it. So maybe I can leave you with one thought to just, sit with this week.
Please.
Just notice one complaint that you repeat. Something comes up a lot. And then just ask yourself, honestly, would the action required to actually change this take less energy than all the time I've already spent complaining about it? But just notice that gap. The energy wasted on the loop versus the energy needed for the fix. Just seeing that space. That's where the shift begins.
That is a really powerful question to carry with us. Measuring the cost of the habit against the cost of the solution. Thank you. Thank you for walking us through this so honestly. We're so grateful you spent this time with us. Until next time, take good care.